when you are selling online, pictures are the most important part of any listing that you're doing. They might be slightly less important with a video game listing, particularly if a buyer knows what they're looking for and they want a particular game. Um, but there's some definite do's and don'ts when it comes to pictures. So I'll show you what has been successful for me. First, we're going to start with some what not to do. This right here is a stock photo. And eBay does have a product library, or they're trying to build a product library to make it easier and faster for people to list things. And at least in the video game categories, those will often connect a stock image to your product information. Do not use those. Um, I would never use a stock image for a used item. Number one, it's because it's not a good representation of the actual product the person is buying. Number two, stock images are usually provided to authorized retailers of those items who have agreed to, maintain a certain floor on the MSRP and all these different things. And there could even be a trademark claim against you for using stock imagery that has brand images in it that you don't have permission to use. I mean, it's just, but particularly with a pre-owned video game, there's no reason to use a stock photo, so don't do that. And another one I just noticed down here, I didn't think I would have to say, but um, so they've used their main image as like a little marketing message to buy this item now it's in stock. I don't know why would you list things that aren't in stock anyway, but don't do that either. Have an image of the actual thing you are selling. That's going to be the smartest deal. And then so for your main image, you basically have a couple of different options. One is main cover like this. This one, it's in a person's hand. I don't recommend that as well. The other thing that I see done pretty regularly is laying everything out like this person has done. So they're showing, hey, I've got the case, I've got the manual, and this other miscellaneous paperwork that came with it, and I have the disc. In my personal opinion, the main picture is of the cover um, of the game, the front of the case. That is what I do. That is what has worked for me. I don't do this layout version just because usually if I'm going to list games, I've got like a stack of 10, 15, or 20 games, and I want to pop through them real quick, and this takes too much time. If I had a steel book or some kind of collectible edition of something, then I might take this approach. All of my games sell just fine with the main photo just being the front of the case. That's what I recommend doing. Um, and here in a second, I'll show you the 4 pictures I do for basically every video game where I have the case. Um, Here's another one that I do not do, showing the back of the disc, I guess to show that it's not scratched up. The thing is, I could take an extremely scratched up disc and take this same type of photo and have it look just like that. You see a reflection in it, you can see the person's phone, and you cannot see the scratches. And also, that could be literally any disc I have around. There's no way to show, hey, this is actually the back of that disc. And initially, I started doing it. It made sense in my head, but it just makes no difference at all. I instead focus on my condition description, saying, hey, this game works. Hey, this game is pre-owned. There are some scratches on it, but it works in my Xbox 360 or whatever it is. And that's been fine for me. There's no reason to show the back of the disc like that. So now I'm going to show you how I take my photos for video game listings. All right, so there are 4 main pictures that I take for each video game listing. Gonna do the front cover and then flip it over, get the back cover, and then we just open it up. A little bit easier with 2 hands. I take a shot of the whole thing wide open and then a close up of the disc. And that's it. If you feel like your lights are shining in the cover of the video game, you can stand it up to get a picture without that reflection. If your game won't stand up, just open the case a little bit. You can't tell when you're looking at it head on. And you can do the same thing for the back. You can literally knock out photos for a video game in under a minute if you're fast. If you have a stack of them, just go right through, take all the pictures, and then do all the listing. I thought I'd close it out. This is one of my actual video game listings that is live right now. And you can see on this one, there is some sticker residue from a price tag, and there's a reduced price sticker on the front. Had I used a stock image instead of an actual photo, the buyer wouldn't have known that that stuff was on the case. Um, this game isn't particularly collectible, but someone could use that if they just changed their mind and didn't want it anymore. Then they could say, "Oh, you didn't tell me there was a sticker on the front. This is ruined. I don't want it anymore. You didn't describe it correctly." And then you're paying shipping both ways when somebody just changed their mind. So, but yeah, see, I got the front, I got the back, I got the case laying open. If the manual was there, you would see it, and a close up of the disc. That's all I've got. I could do one additional close up of the manual if it was there. The main thing to me with this is I'm showing the person everything they get, but also, not only are pictures what sell your listing, pictures also help you with the, eBay's search algorithm. It will favor a listing with multiple photos over a listing with just one or two photos. Um, you're allowed up to 12 photos. You don't need to come up with 12 different pictures to take of a video game. 4 to 7 photos is the sweet spot. So I want to make sure I get at least 4. If you feel a little iffy about that and you want 5, you could take a close-up of the manual, like I said, or the UPC, or something else. It's just real easy to do. But 4 to 7 photos is the sweet spot. That is according to eBay on getting that love in the search algorithm. The other thing is white background. To me, white background is essential. We looked at one picture, it was in someone's hand. Another one was on some kind of table. You see them on beds, you see them on dirty carpet. Do the white background. It works. It looks better in other places your listing appear, such as Google Shopping. And you don't have to go invest in a bunch of photography stuff to do that. You could take it on a white table, a white chair. You could get a 99-cent piece of white poster board from the dollar store and use that with some sunshine coming in through a window, and you're good to go. So that's the basics of video game photography for flipping on eBay.